There's a specific kind of silence that haunts her. Not just any silence, the one that comes after intimacy. Not just sex, not just connection, but that moment when the guard drops, when she lets you in, literally and emotionally, and then you disappear. No texts, no calls, no breadcrumbs of attention, nothing. And while she might act unfazed, while she might post her selfies and subtle quotes online, what you've done is trigger a storm inside her. But why? Why does going silent after that moment drive her insane, even if she told herself she wouldn't? Catch feelings, even if she claims it was just fun. There's a brutal psychology behind it. It's rooted in her biology, her emotional wiring, even her ego. And once you understand it, you'll realize why no contact after intimacy makes a deeper impact than any compliment, any gift, any romantic gesture. Today, I'm breaking it down in full. So listen closely, because whether you want power, peace, or closure, this is knowledge you'll use for life. Part 1. The unseen bond of intimacy. When a woman shares her body, she's not just engaging physically, whether she admits it or not. Her mind, her heart, and her biology are involved too. Intimacy isn't casual for her brain. There's a release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone. It creates feelings of closeness, safety, and attachment. You may think it was just a good time. She may say the same. But her subconscious mind tells a different story. Because while men typically release dopamine associated with reward and pleasure, women release more oxytocin. That's why, for her, intimacy is a contract her body signs without her consent. And here's where it gets dangerous. When you go silent right after her mind enters conflict. Why did he disappear? Did I do something wrong? Was I just used? She starts chasing those answers, and the more she chases, the deeper the confusion embeds itself. Part 2. The power of sudden absence. Psychologists call it intermittent reinforcement. It's the same trick casinos use. Give a little reward, then pull it away. It hooks you. It makes your brain crave the next hit. When you vanish after intimacy, you're unknowingly or knowingly pulling the same lever. Her brain is wired to seek resolution. We are all wired this way. Uncertainty is torture to the mind, especially when combined with the vulnerability of physical closeness. Suddenly, every small memory of that night, every word you said, every touch, it all replays in her mind on a loop. She's looking for what she missed. Did you hint you'd stay? Did she misread your intentions? Was she not enough? She tries to decode your silence, but the longer it persists, the crazier it drives her. Not because she's weak, not because she's obsessed, but because her ego is now on the line. Part 3. Ego status, and her self-worth. You see, when a woman chooses to be intimate, she's not just saying yes to you, she's making a statement to herself. I'm allowing him close because he's worth it. Now imagine how it feels when that man deemed worth it suddenly withdraws. It sends a harsh, unspoken message. You were good enough to share the night, but not good enough to keep. That stings her ego, not just emotionally, socially, because in her mind she's wondering, greater than what does this say about me? And the worst part, she can't even explain why it bothers her that much, especially if she claimed it was nothing serious. But the human ego doesn't operate on logic. It operates on status signals. Your absence after intimacy registers as a reduction in her perceived value both to herself and in the social ecosystem. And that is intolerable to the psyche. If you're catching the depth of this right now, pause for a second, like this video, subscribe to the Code, and drop a comment. I move with power. Because when you understand these dynamics, you stop moving blind. You start moving with intention, with discipline, with control. Part 4. The need for validation and closure. Women, like all of us, crave closure. When the connection is severed without explanation, especially after physical closeness, it leaves an open loop in her brain. It's like watching a movie that cuts off 15 minutes before the end. You can't relax. You can't let it go. She starts filling that gap with theories. Maybe you didn't enjoy it. Maybe you have other women. Maybe she's not attractive enough. That self-questioning festers, and ironically, even if she didn't like you that much, your absence makes her obsessively curious. That curiosity often disguises itself as anger, indifference, or even passive aggression online, but it's all the same root. She wants validation that she mattered. And here's where it gets psychological. She might even want you to come back just so she can reject you, to restore her self-worth. But if you never reach out, she doesn't get that power back. And that imbalance, it stays with her. Part 5. Biology, psychology, and emotional investment. Let's go deeper. For many women, the process of choosing who to be intimate with involves emotional vetting. Even when it seems casual, her brain conducts subconscious risk assessments. She's asking, is he safe? Is he reliable? Is he attractive enough to risk this with? When you vanish after, it's like her brain realizes it made a bad investment, and no one likes bad investments financially or emotionally. Her mind now has to reconcile, greater than why did I invest here? What did I miss? It's cognitive dissonance holding to conflicting beliefs, greater than I thought he was worth it. But he vanished like I was nothing. Resolving that tension requires answers, validation, or distraction. Until she gets one, she stays caught in that internal conflict. Part 6. The role of predictability and mystery. Another reason no contact after intimacy hits so hard is because of the shift from predictable to unpredictable. If you were consistent before, texting, calling, flirting, and then suddenly nothing, that abrupt change amplifies her anxiety. Human brains crave patterns. When a pattern breaks, the mind obsesses over why. Mystery, when combined with emotional stakes, is addictive. It's not just you she's missing, it's the certainty she had before, the certainty that she was wanted, that she mattered. When that certainty is ripped away, it's not just sadness she feels, it's a loss of control, and humans hate losing control. Part 7. How this dynamic differs from game playing. Now, before you think this is just about manipulation, it isn't. No contact after intimacy isn't a game when it reflects a conscious boundary, a disciplined decision to withdraw for your own peace, clarity, or control. But when done intentionally, it creates an undeniable psychological impact, because silence, after closeness, isn't neutral. It's a statement, greater than I'm unbothered enough to walk away, even after having all of you. That either enrages her, captivates her, or leaves her haunted. Sometimes all three. Part 8. Why some women try to reverse it. This is why some women will randomly text you weeks later, subtly watch your stories, post thirst traps targeted at your attention. She's testing the waters. Not because she forgot you, but because she's still trying to win in the arena where she first felt she lost. If you remain cold, detached, disciplined, the power stays with you. If you respond weakly, or with thirst, the power shifts back to her. Here's the truth. No contact after intimacy drives her crazy because it attacks the very things she values most: validation, status, and emotional clarity. But it's not just about driving her crazy, it's about mastering your own control. Because the man who can walk away without closure is the man who never needed validation in the first place. You want peace, power, and presence. Be okay with the silence. Be okay being the mystery. Let her wonder. If you're locked in with this mindset, like the video, comment "I move with power" below, and subscribe to the Calm Code for more mental mastery every single week. Until next time, stay sharp, stay disciplined, stay dangerous.